All right, the court is calling cause number 2012 DCM 09798. This is a hearing on a motion to modify court. Parties in this case are Hugo Soriano and Ivan Morales. At the time that this case, I'm getting some feedback. Let me find out what's going on here. It always happens. I don't know why this happens. It's kind of distracting to me. All right, I think I cleared it up. All right, this matter was scheduled for 9 o'clock hearing today, July the 2nd. It is now 9:20. It appears that only Mr. Hugo Soriano is present, has signed in. Ms. Morales, the custodial parent, the other party in this case, has not signed in. And appears that Ms. Morales did execute a waiver of citation that has been on file with the clerk's office. All right, I'll ask the Attorney General, the Assistant Attorney General, to make an announcement on this case.
Lindsay Kaplan for the state, Your Honor.
Okay. Do we have notice that was sent to Ms. Morales? She still hasn't shown up on the Zoom application.
Yes, Your Honor. It is the standard practice of the Office of the Attorney General to send notices to parties. If I may have the opportunity to share my screen, or alternatively, I could email that notice for in-camera inspection.
Okay. Go ahead and see if you can share it on screen, and if not, we'll go ahead and send it through email. While waiting on that, as far as in this case, y'all ready proceed on the basis of a default as to Ms. Morales at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Soriano, the state will go ahead and proceed with their hearing here today. It appears that Ms. Morales was sent notice, and this hearing was scheduled at 9 o'clock. It is already 9:22. She has not appeared, and at this time, the state is going forward on this case without her being here. This is a motion to modify the child support, and I'll let you know, Mr. Soriano. This matter is being held or conducted through the Zoom application, since we appear in court due to the pandemic crisis that's going on.
Yes, sir.
That's why we're praying remotely at this time. I'll ask you not to interrupt and not to talk over the questions that are going to be asked of you, because sometimes I have some audio problems. Sometimes it goes out. So we need to make sure that we have a record of the proceeding here today. Right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. At this time, when the Assistant Attorney General, Ms. Kaplan, will be presenting the case to the court. All right, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, it appears I am not able to share my screen regarding the Zoom notice that was sent, so I would respectfully request to email that.
Yes, ma'am, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
take notice. 1 second.
Thank you.
Go
Thank you,
ahead.
Your Honor. All right. The state requests that the court take judicial notice of the prior order in this case, which is the order in suit affecting the parent-child relationship that was signed by the court on July 16th of 2013.
All right, the court will take judicial notice of the underlying court order that was issued in this case back in 2013.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state further requests to offer the financial activity report into evidence at this time.
Okay, all right. I do see that this is a motion to modify and to confirm child support arrearage in this case. Once the financial report is received by the court, they'll take judicial notice at that time. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state does call Mr. Soriano as a witness at this time.
All right, go ahead. He's been sworn in. I think he's been sworn in. Mr. Soriano, did I swear you in already?
No, sir.
All right, let me go ahead and do that. Tell you
Okay.
as we have audio problems, that kind of throws me off a little bit. Mr. Soriano, I'll ask you to raise your right hand, sir.
Yes, sir.
You swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, go ahead, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, what is your name?
Hugo Soriano,
Where are you?
Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
How long have you been there?
As of 7/11/2015, ma'am.
When are you expected to be released?
Sometime this year, ma'am. I do not know the exact date.
Do you have any income despite being incarcerated?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Were you incarcerated at the time of the last order in 2013?
No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
How many children do you have?
I have 5, ma'am.
Who is Anahi?
She's my daughter.
Are all of your 5 children under the age of 18?
No, just her. Just her, ma'am.
So you have 1 child under the age of 18 at this time?
Yes, ma'am. Which is an Anai. Mm-hmm.
Do you have health insurance available for her?
At the moment, I don't, ma'am. Being my incarceration.
Are you aware if Anahi has access to health insurance?
No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
No further questions for this witness at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, state's recommendation on this matter.
Your Honor, due to Mr. Soriano's incarceration, the state is recommending that the child support and medical support be modified to $0 per month, and that a minimal reasonable judgment be taken on the arrears owed. In this case, once the financial activity report is received by the court, of $50 on child support and $50 on medical support.
Okay. All right, for the record, the court has received the notice that was sent to the custodial parent advising her of the hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. What are the alleged arrears in this case as of, I guess we're assuming as of this past June?
Yes, Your Honor. As of June 30th, 2020, the alleged child support arrears are $13,087.29. The state is requesting a reasonable repayment of $50 a month beginning August 1st of 2020. The alleged medical support arrears, also as of June 30th of 2020, is $11,035.89. And due to Mr. Soriano's incarceration, the state is requesting a minimum repayment of $50 on that judgment as well, also to begin August 1st of 2020.
Okay. All right, Mr. Soriano, the state is requesting a couple of things. Let me just explain to you what they're asking at this time.
Okay.
All right, since you are incarcerated at this time, and since the Texas Family Code does provide that a person who is incarcerated and has been incarcerated for 90 days or more, the child support should be modified to 0 and medical support modified to 0 at this time, commencing on August 1st. We can't modify under the present law. We can't modify child support retroactively. In other words, we can't go back to the date that the incarceration started. We can only modify prospectively. Okay.
Okay.
The second part of the request that the state is making is that I confirm the child support arrears and medical support arrears as of the end of June in the amount that the state has stated on the record. I have $13,087.79 on child support, Ms. Kaplan.
Yes, Your Honor.
And on medical support, $11,035.85. Also as of June. Okay.
June 30th, yeah. $11,035.89, Your Honor.
89. Okay. 89 cents. So again, like I said, Mr. Soriano, I can't do anything with regard to what's owing until this modification has taken place.
Okay.
Still owe what you owe. However, what they are recommending is that I order that you pay $50 on the child support arrears and $50 on the medical support arrears, also commencing on August the 1st.
Okay.
Okay, that's the recommendation as far as the child support to be modified to 0, medical support to 0, commencing August 1st. And confirming the child support arrears and payments on those judgments as recommended, $50 on each one, also commencing August 1st.
Okay, and that's monthly payment, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, at such time as we are released from custody, whenever that happens, Mr. Soriano, I would suggest you notify the Attorney General's office, and we can look at your child support and other matters at that time.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I just want you to understand that we can't retroactively modify child support under the current law.
Okay, sir. I understand.
Okay. All right. So you understand what the recommendation, and I'm going to go ahead and follow the recommendation, modifying child support and confirming the arrears.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anything else in this matter, Ms. Kaplan?
Nothing further from the state at this time, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kaplan, if you will go ahead and prepare the order, I will sign the order. The order will be filed with the clerk's office. A copy will be sent to parties, Mr. Soriano and Ms. Morales. All right, then unless there's anything else, that concludes our hearing for today. Mr. Soriano, you're free to go at this time.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
You
Thank
too.
you, sir.
All right, let me go ahead and bring in Ms. Tagle. Ms. Tagle, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Mr. Cifuentes has still not signed in, Ms. Tagle. It's already 9:35. This hearing is scheduled for 9 o'clock, right? Let me go ahead and begin the recording on this case, okay? Okay. All right, at this time, the court is calling cause number, okay, 2019 DCM 8056. This is a hearing on an original petition instead affecting parent-child relationship and a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. There appears to be 4 children before the court. Parties in this case are Joseph Cifuentes and Alejandra Tagle. Let the record reflect that this matter was scheduled for a hearing today at 9 o'clock. It is now 9:35. Mr. Joseph Cifuentes was served with citation. Ms. Tagle was also served with citation recently, but she is present at this time. At this time, the court is conducting this hearing through the Zoom application since we cannot appear in court at this time due to the pandemic. Ms. Tagle, I will advise you, ma'am, that this matter is being live streamed through the YouTube channel, and I'm also recording the evidence in this case. Okay. All that is permitted by the Texas Supreme Court. As soon as we're finished with this hearing, the live stream will end. Okay.
Okay.
Ready to proceed at this time, Ms. Tagle?
Well, the only thing that I want is for him to be more responsible and help me out with my kids.
Okay, but you're ready to proceed at this time, ma'am.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. The case will be presented by Assistant Attorney General, Ms. Kaplan. Ms. Kaplan, any announcement at this time, ma'am?
Thank you, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. The state request that the court take judicial notice of the acknowledgements of paternity that are attached to the petition that was filed December 23rd of 2019, Your Honor.
All right, and let me just review the court record. 2020. Oops, I'm sorry, wrong case number. This is table. Zero 19. 19. The court has reviewed the filing on this case, the file maintained by the clerk's office. We call it the Odyssey system. Included in the petition were 3 acknowledgements of paternity that were attached to the petition, and they were identified as being for the 3 children in this case, and they do appear to be in proper form, duly signed by parties. So I will take judicial notice of the 3 acknowledgements of paternity.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I will take further notice I was looking for the return of service on Mr. Cifuentes. All right, I'm looking at, again, through the Odyssey system, and it does reflect that according to the return on file, Mr. Cifuentes was served with citation back on January the 30th of this year. That he was served at the jail annex here in El Paso, Texas. And that has been on file since that time. And there appears to be no response filed by Mr. Cifuentes in this matter. So the return of service. All right, go ahead, Ms. Kaplan.
Your Honor, the state calls Ms. Teagle as a witness.
All right, go ahead.
Ma'am, what is your name?
My name is Alejandra Tagle.
Are you aware of Mr. Cifuentes' whereabouts at this time?
To tell you the truth, ma'am, no. The last time that he came over to see the kids, it was like at least 2 weeks ago. But he never let me know where he was staying or with who. The only thing that I know that he go back to his old work, where his Best Iron works.
So, Mr.
But
Cifuentes, oh, sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that I know about him.
So you stated Mr. Cifuentes came to visit the children 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
To your knowledge, ma'am, Mr. Cifuentes is not currently incarcerated. Is that correct?
Yes, he's not currently incarcerated. He was.
He was incarcerated in the jail annex, correct?
Yes.
But he has since been released, to your knowledge, correct?
Yes.
And this is based on the fact that he visited your children 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Where did he visit your 2 children?
He came over to my house, to my place.
And he would not be able to do that if he was still incarcerated, correct?
Yes.
Do you and Mr. Cifuentes get along?
Well, as a parent, yeah, but yeah, that's it. No relationship no more.
Okay. Who are Jimena, Paula, Joseph, and Brizia Cifuentes?
Those are my kids.
And who do they live with?
They live with me
And how long have they lived with you?
since they were born.
Do you live in El Paso, Texas?
Yes, I do.
Who is their father?
Joseph Cifuentes.
Could anyone else be their father?
No.
Are you currently legally married to anyone, ma'am?
Just to Joseph Cifuentes.
You are legally married to Mr. Cifuentes?
Yes.
When did you get legally married?
I don't have, to tell you the truth, I don't remember. I don't know exactly thing, but okay, hold on. Um, ma'am, I'm sorry, but almost like 6 years ago, we got married in March, something like that. To tell you the truth, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't have we haven't been together for almost 3 years, and I have all the papers saved up, and I have my marriage certificate. But right now, to tell you the exactly fecha, I don't know.
Okay. But you do have a marriage license, correct?
Yes, we do. I do have it.
And based on your personal knowledge, you were married on or about March 6 years ago?
Around there, yeah.
And it's your testimony to this court under oath that Mr. Cifuentes is the father of all of your children and no one else could be. Is that correct?
It's correct, ma'am.
Are you able to participate in major decision-making with Mr. Cifuentes?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to continue participating in major decision-making regarding your children with Mr. Cifuentes going forward?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to move anywhere with your children?
Yes.
Do you have work or educational opportunities outside of El Paso?
Can you repeat the question?
Do you have work opportunities outside of El Paso?
No, ma'am.
Do you have educational opportunities outside of El Paso?
No, ma'am.
Do you have family outside of El Paso?
Yes.
Where?
In Juarez, even in Querétaro, in Durango.
Do your children have relationships with those relatives in Juarez?
Yes, we have visited them.
How often does Mr. Cifuentes visit your children?
Like I told you, he just came like 2 weeks ago, but he just came a couple times and then that's it. He haven't seen the kids for all these 3 years that we haven't been together.
Would you like him to visit the children more?
Yeah.
Is there a specific time that you would like him to visit the children?
No, to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter.
And would you like the children's last name, specifically Paula's, to remain Cifuentes?
Yes.
And that's in the best interest of your children?
Yes.
Do you know if Mr. Cifuentes is working at this time?
Which is what I know. Yeah, he's working at this place called Best Iron Work.
Do you know how much he earns at his job?
No, to tell you the truth, no, ma'am.
Do you know what type of work he does there?
Yeah, he does like a welding, or he's just doing fences.
Does he have a welder certification?
No, I don't think so.
Has he done this type of work in the past?
No, ma'am.
How long has he had this job?
Maybe for more than 3 years.
Does he have health insurance available for your children?
No.
Do you have health insurance available for your children?
Yes.
What type of insurance?
They have a superior thing that helps.
Is that through your employer?
No, it's just the Medicaid to the you know how I get benefits like food stamps and everything. So I just my kids, they have medical insurance by Superior.
Okay. Are you aware of any other children that Mr. Cifuentes has besides your children?
To say I have no idea.
And when did you separate from Mr. Cifuentes?
Excuse me?
When did you separate from Mr. Cifuentes, ma'am?
Almost 3 years ago.
Has he provided support? Bless you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, has he provided support since that separation 3 years ago?
No, he's not been helping me at all.
Have you requested that he provide support?
No.
Would you like him to provide back child support from the separation 3 years ago?
Yes, please.
Do you know what type of work he was doing at the time of the separation 3 years ago?
In the same place.
Do you have any knowledge how much he earns at that job?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure what I remember, he was making almost $300 a week.
$300 a week at that
Yeah.
job that he's still at now?
Yes.
No further questions for this witness at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Ms. Tagle, do you know if Mr. Cifuentes has any other children?
Excuse me?
Do you know if he has any other children?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Have you, are you still married to Mr. Cifuentes?
Yes, I do.
Nobody has filed a divorce or anything like that?
I want to start making, I'm gonna ask for the divorce.
Okay, all right, but nobody has filed it yet, as of this moment?
No, no.
All right, okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right, thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Ms. Tagle.
Yes, Your Honor, permission to recall Ms. Tagle briefly.
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Tagle, the 300 a week that Mr. Cifuentes was earning, was that before taxes or was that take home?
No, I think that's before taxes because I think when they take off something, so he just end up with maybe like two something, like 280 or maybe a little less.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Anything else, Ms. Kaplan?
Nothing further for this witness at this time, Your Honor.
All right, based on the evidence presented here today, I will find that Mr. Cifuentes is the father of the children case that would include the child that there was no acknowledgement of paternity. So I'll find that he fathered that child. Children's last name will remain Cifuentes as requested. I'm going to go ahead and appoint both parties joint managing interpreters of the children. All the children appear to be over the age of 3, so the standard visitation schedule will apply. No geographical restrictions imposed at this time. And let me see what else. All right, child support obligations was the state's recommendation.
The state recommends child support based on $300 a week, and that's $1,200 a month, with credit for $108 of medical support. The state has calculated child support of $344 per month with a step down to $295, with a step down to $245, with a final step down to $196. All obligations to commence August 1st of 2020. The state has calculated retroactive child support at $344 for 4 children before the court for the past 3 years to be $12,384, and the state requests a $100 repayment on that judgment, also beginning on August 1st of 2020, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I didn't get the child support amount. Did you say 334 on the child support?
344 for all 4 children, step down to 295, another step down to 245, and a final step down to 196, Your Honor.
Okay, so it starts off at 344. Okay, all right. The court will follow the recommendation setting child support, medical support as recommended, commencing on August 1st. I'll grant the judgment for retroactive support. Let me see if I got the number right, Ms. Kaplan. At how many months on the retroactive?
3 years or 36 months, Your Honor.
36? Okay.
At 344 times 36 months, I have arrived at a total judgment of $12,384, and I'm respectfully requesting a $100 repayment, also beginning August 1st of 2020, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll grant that. I'll grant the judgment for retroactive support and payment on the retroactive support. All these payments are to commence on August 1st of this year, and all payments must be made through the registry of the court through the state disbursement unit. Okay. Is there anything else that I haven't addressed, Ms. Kaplan?
Yes, Your Honor. Just to make sure, did you get the medical support judgment of 108?
No, I did not.
Medical support.
Or the judgment or setting?
Current medical support of $108.
Yes, I did get that. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead and prepare the order. Send it to me. We'll sign the order. Once the order is signed, it'll be filed with the clerk's office and a copy sent to Ms. Daigle and to Mr. Cifuentes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else? Ms. Daigle, any questions or anything that was not clear, ma'am?
Yeah, I was just wondering, so he has to help me out every month?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do I have to get every month?
He has to pay child support of $344 a month. $108 on, let me just finish, ma'am. $344 on the child support, $108 medical support, that's to cover the health insurance through the state insurance plan, and a judgment for 3 years of back child support and an additional $100 on that judgment. All August the 1st.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
That
thank
concludes the hearing. Parties are excused. Thank you, Ms. Kaplan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I did have one other case scheduled for 9 o'clock, but apparently nobody has signed in on that. That would be on Daniel Vela and Soraya Lara.
Yes, so we have them both served, but they've been no showing. Um, and I don't think we've actually, or no, we have been able to get in contact with mom by phone, but with neither of them showing, I think this one might have to be a dismiss and non-co-op.
Okay. All right, we gave him an opportunities. Okay. All right, so it will be dismissed then.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
I did have a question I wanted to, let me just, I need to put this on the record. There was one case that I saw on file that was scheduled. I didn't put it for a hearing today. That was on Carlos Mesa and Rocio Elizondo. The question
Let me
one.
look it up real quick.
Okay, it's 2020 DCM 0010.
Was this the DNA order?
That was a DNA, and the question I had was, y'all filed the evaluation? But it was the first page. So I don't know what
Yes.
the results were of the evaluation.
So it did come back positive. JC actually just messaged me about it saying, hey, can you guys refile the whole thing? So I'll be getting with our support staff just after this to get it resubmitted. I think it got reset for October 1st.
Probably he's quick on the draw, so I think he probably did that already. Yeah, that was a question I had because it apparently, yeah, because that's the only thing that got filed, just the cover page and not the actual results.
I'm sure it was just a clerical error. We'll get it sent in.
I think before we can go forward on this case, we need to have it filed and notice sent. I know it appears that he got served at TDC, so, but we do need to have the results, either A or nay. He is the dad or not the dad.
Sure thing.
Okay, all right, so that's the only question I had on that one.
All right, well, we'll get working on those orders for you, Judge.
All right, very well. I don't have anything this afternoon, and we're off tomorrow. I don't know if you all are off tomorrow.
Skeleton crew, which means, that's the day everybody catches up on emails and morning mail and stuff like that.
Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. So